Hi there, it's Jodi. Every week I am going to come on and do a video and just share with you what I'm stamping, what I'm currently working on in my stamp room, not necessarily related to a class or a card kit, but just some stamping that I'm doing just for fun and just to be creative. So this right here is a little treasure that I found at our local Dollar General. They call it a pencil pouch. I just thought it was really pretty, and I thought, you know, when I do events, I can use it to keep my cash in, or I don't know for sure, but I just thought it was really pretty, and so I bought it at Dollar General. Then I came home and I thought, you know, this kind of reminds me a little bit of the flowers in Artistically Inked. And this is a stamp that I've had for quite a while that I haven't made the time to play with. So what I decided to do this week was to use this as my creative inspiration as I made a card using Artistically Inked. So let's go ahead and see what I came up with. So I'm going to start with a piece of basic white cardstock. Actually, let me pull in some scraps I had because I wanted to show you kind of what I did first as I was playing before I came up with what I actually like the most. So this is Petal Pink ink. And if I take this image and just tap it and then add the, let me scoot a couple things here, add the center with Poppy Parade. I figured those were pretty close to the colors in the pencil pouch, Petal Pink and Poppy Parade. So if I do this, I liked it okay, but I didn't feel like it really, it was a little too distinct, like those two colors were too distinct. And on this, they just kind of blend. It's more of a watercolor look. So what I decided to do was to take this and then take a sponge dauber and get a little bit of Poppy Parade and just go around the center a little bit and then stamp it and add my center. So if you compare those two, I think they look so much different just with that little bit of sponging on this one here. So that's the look I decided to go for with the card I'm going to do. So I'll take my layer now for the basic white for the card. Now this has some Poppy Parade on it, so I want to make sure I get that off good. I could clean it on my scrub pad, but I want that off before I put it back in my Petal Pink. I don't want any Poppy Parade on that lighter color. So I've got it inked up. I'm going to just sponge that color around the center, and I'll put it just down in this area here. And then add that center with Poppy Parade. Okay, now I am going to take the other flower image in Artistically Inked, and this is with So Saffron. And this, if I pull this back in, when I used this first, ink it up, stamped it there, and then I wanted some Poppy Parade in that too. And when I sponged over it, that was just not gonna work. So then I tried again and thought maybe I could just stamp this right over it, but again, it was just too distinct. I wanted more of that flowing color like this. So what I decided to do was ink it up, and then with my sponge dauber, just like on the other one, just add a little bit of ink to the center and then stamp it down. Do you see how that just kind of flows and has that progression of color? It's so much nicer than either of those, don't you think? All right, so this, again, I want that poppy color off, ink it up a little bit with my sponge dauber in the middle. It's gonna be different every time, it's all good. Add it there to my project. And then I want to pull in the leaves. There are two different leaves, and I am using both Old Olive and Garden Green. So first we'll start with some Old Olive with the double leaf image, and I'll just kind of randomly add those in. Move it around a little. Maybe one down here. Sure. Okay, then I'm going to add the single leaf using Garden Green. And this one I'm going to do a couple of things. So I'm going to take it and stick one up there and maybe one down here. But then what I'm gonna do is take it and I'm gonna go right on top of the old olive just to give it a little bit of depth like that. Same thing down here. So I've got garden green on top of old olive. So just like I added some depth and color to those images, I'm adding depth and color to the leaves by stamping that garden green right over the old olive. Then there's a couple different greetings in the stamp set. I chose the word thanks, and I'm going to use the Poppy Parade ink. Stamp that right there. And then I pulled in Petal Pink for the card base and a layer of Poppy Parade to go behind this. So this is my finished card. Let me pull in the pencil pouch one more time. So here is my creative inspiration. Here is what I did with it using Artistically Inked. I would love to see your projects and what you have around your house that inspires your creativity. Maybe it's a pillow on your couch, or maybe it's a sweater hanging in your closet. Take a look at what you've got. Use your stamping supplies to create something from something around your house that inspires you. I'd love to see what you come up with. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.